Greetings and welcome to another episode of Into the Pit. If you like my channel, hit that like button and subscribe for many more reviews coming up. I haven't done a few interviews for a while, but there will be more coming up soon as I find the time. Today I'd like to talk about a very underrated band. Unfortunately, I don't have any props as I don't own the vinyl nor a CD copy. I need to get around to it. So yeah, up until then I'll just have to make do with graphics, which I'll be putting in the corner here somewhere on that side. Apocalypse came out 1987 with the self-titled debut Apocalypse. We, back in Namibia, got hold of that album actually in one of our record shops, amazingly so, along with Nuclear Assault's Vive and some Metallica records. And I believe it was because of the major influence of Music for Nations, which brought out the specific copy which a buddy of mine had. Yeah, what can you expect from that album? Really, it's a thrash band. I believe Apocalypse did a lot of stints way back with Metallica in Switzerland. They're a Swiss band. Musically, it's really, you can hear the Metallica influence coming through, especially the sort of Master of Puppets days. So it's very thrashy. The vocalist takes a bit of getting used to. In the beginning, when I first heard them, I thought they were South American or something because of the accent, or somehow the accent in the vocals, and I was very surprised to hear that they're actually from Switzerland. So, but I mean, as we know, Switzerland has Italian influences and German influences and very various ones. So what you're looking at is a really solid thrash album with strong power metal tinges, not power metal in terms of Halloween kind of stuff, no, power metal as in the US original meaning of the word. So there's a lot of mid-tempo galloping metal kind of stuff, so strong influences, probably with new wave of British metal kind of influences. But they often spice it up again by getting faster and thrashier, and so the riffs, you can really, yeah, it reminds me of early Death Angel a little bit, and as I've mentioned before, Metallica. You've got really cool songs. The album kicks in with Digital Life, which is it's a banger, and to this day I still love that song. Then it goes into Tale of a Nightmare. The pace drops a little bit, but it's still, still pumping. Then you've got Crash, then you've got a fun song called Fuck Off and Die, which used to be a hymn for us way back then, because that for us was like SOD kind of thing, like speaking English or Fuck Off and Die. Then a bit of humor comes through. They have a few gags as intros to songs, and, a song like Fuck Off and Die, the band doesn't take themselves too seriously, although they have serious moments. Songs like Apocalypse, Back to the Fire. Back to the Fire is just like, it's more of a metal hymn, really, Then you've got instrumental passages like the opening for Dark Sword, and they close the album with the song Cemetery, and it's thrash again, What I need to say about this album, it's criminally underrated. Very few people I know actually know about this album, and people I meet, be it on festivals or wherever you get in conversation about classic thrash records, a lot of people, end up, gee, I need to write that down. Wow, can you send me a link? So really, really a great album. It is years later, I need to have a look, actually, many years later. So yeah, that was 1987, and 1993 they brought out the follow-up called Faithless. It's much more thrashy, less of those really melodic guitar interludes, preludes, midsections, more balls to the wall really, but it also makes for a less memorable album on the whole. So, but do check it out. I'll drop in some links below. And but what I can warmly recommend is the debut, which is the main subject matter here today. And so if you find that somewhere in a sales bin or online for a good price, waste no time. The album came out with 2 album covers. I'll put them both here in the corner, and I much prefer the one with the vampire. I just love the whole coloring, and the logos obviously much better on that one. I always thought Apocalypse had a really cool band logo. I always loved that way back in school days. I actually drew that onto my satchel, so I thought it was a killer logo, and it reminded me in parts of the Destruction logo, so very close to that one. But hey, there you go. That's Apocalypse from Switzerland with their criminally underrated debut, self-titled debut. So look for it on, I said Music for Nations was the one that I was familiar with. Metal Archives actually states Crash Records as a release label, so it might have appeared later again on a reprint. Not sure. You'll have to check that for yourself. I'll drop in all the links below. So, hope you enjoyed this one, and if you feel like supporting me, check the links below for the PayPal account. If you want to support me to keep going with the channel, then it'd be much appreciated. Bang that head that doesn't bang.